of you remember this idiot when he did my screen so. Now they call Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, former INEC chairman, who ranked in Tinubu into power when he make with Nigeria they suffer today. If you be native doctor, you get juju, say better juju when you go knock this man. If you get wish, take in name and the bishop go your wish, make you know anything where you want to one. If you be from the married kingdom, make sure so you take the name, go what I need to where you want to against them. This man, you will never know peace in your life. As long as Nigerian citizens are suffering because you brought the wrong person into power, the person where you vote for different, the person where you bring into power different, it shall never be well with you. Your children will pay for your sin. Your grandchildren will pay for your sin. The water you drink will be judgment against you. The food you eat will be judgment. Even the air you breathe in will be judgment. Anywhere you go in this life, evil and will they follow you. Today, Qatar government don't reject you. Heaven will reject you. Earth will reject you. Anywhere you go in this life, evil now will they follow you. As long as you decide to make yourself as an agent of devil, to put more than 3 million of Nigerians into tears and sorrow, darkness, you will never see light in your life. I pour you spirit for free.
Qatar, beware they post una Mahmoud Yakubu too. Now Mahmoud Yakubu be name again. They don't reject him. Allegedly. They say they don't reject him. Now, meanwhile, look at what is happening in Benue State, Nasarawa, respectively. People are fleeing their homes in numbers. This is Kurumbu's legacy.
Situation going on at the Fulani herdsmen. He one of hero at Ikayongo. This is wonderful. Fulani.
Nigeria government, there are more than 3,000 people in this community that have been sacked. Guys, these people no pass 3,000.
That's 3,000.
These people are more than 6,000. Look at how Fulani have sacked them from their community.
And we don't drive for like how many minutes now? I think they line
See
up.
people. I thought
This is Benue,
this
Nasarawa.
Gada Wudu.
Right
So-
now we are in Nasarawa.
All those people left behind.
Those people now, maybe they don't even know what is going on yet.
Guy, there is problem in this country.
See, I'm overload sir, because of where they heading to. Where would they?
Where are they heading to? They don't even know. Most of them, they don't have shelter again. Guy, this is bad. Very, very bad. The common people are the ones suffering. The poor masses. And most of these things happen prior to the election. These big men, all these politicians, their children are abroad now studying. Their children, just look at this one with her baby. Where are we heading to in this country? Where are we heading to? Guy, are you seeing what is happening here? Look at how people are there. It's very bad.
See what happened to them. Inside village it happened.
Inside village now.
Okay, dear Southerners, Tinubu will try making this election a North versus South. Do not fall for this deception. His bad governance affected every part of Nigeria. He will only use sentiments to extend your suffering. Let's join hands to send Tinubu away. If una like, make una hear. If una like, una won't continue the suffering, no problem.
APC did that, sir. I don't know if you like read them. Greet them, my family members. No. You serious? I swear. She's a get location. You get road with the here. But bandit dead here. Bandit. I swear. It's more safer. Let's run. I beg. Let's rush. I do now. I do. Thanks for helping a brother. Anything for the country. Try.
People now have more faith in bandits than your government. Now, there's an interesting thing that's been going on. I'm going to come to that article, but let's take this first. There's a lobby, a Republican lobbyist party, that Sahara Reporters was pushing. Apparently, they pushed a false story that the ADC is working with this Republican Party leaning lobbyist firm. Okay, it's all propaganda. When we say, I'm beginning to believe when people say that Sowore is working for APC. This confirms it. This has put the final nail in the coffin. Okay, now let's read. We're going to get to the main article itself. Just in the Nigerian 2027, I'm reading this from iGod, but there's an actual article. We're going to get to that. Just in the Nigerian 2027 election is around the corner again, and the rabble-rouser Sowore has been contracted again by his friends in Tinubu's regime to rubbish the local and international political strategies of the main opposition ADC. The same playbook he deployed against Peter Obi in 2022-2023, not under our watch. This time, Sowore has been contracted to rubbish the distinguished Republican Party-leaning lobbyist firm Batten Vaughan, recently engaged to cement a relationship between the main opposition ADC administration of President Donald Trump. Ardent students of contemporary American politics and public policy verifiably recognized US-based lobbyist firm Batten Montag or York LC, whose founder and managing partner is Carl von Batten. Dr. von Batten is duly recognized by Trump and within the larger Republican Party political aisle, and he was even recently appointed to the Export-Import Bank of the U.S. Sub-Saharan African Advisory Committee for the 2026-27 term. In this capacity, he will provide independent advisory input on U.S. trade and export finance policy relating to Sub-Saharan Africa. Congratulations to the main opposition ADC for this international engagement of the 2027 presidential election in Nigeria. We're going to get to the main article. Let me see if it was linked here. No, it's not. Okay, let's keep going. Kweku the hustler says they have done everything and else have failed. So this person said, I talked about it yesterday. They have plans to deploy military to the southeast and the south-south, not just the southeast. Now, there's no clear threat on ground, yet troops are being moved while other regions need more. This isn't making sense, or am I missing something? Raises a lot of questions. I just hope it's not what I'm thinking, right? And this person responds, Kweku the hustler responds, they've done everything else and failed. Now they want to terrorize our people while using state institutions to quietly spread rumors that now because Peter Obi no gree step down. Now why them they suffer una in the hope they'll turn the people against PO and use them to turn up the pressure against him, while also using it to shift attention from their obvious failures and criminality in government. It's the same thing they did when they went on a demolition spree of Igbo-owned houses in Lagos and threatening Igbo elite businesses in the hope that they'll turn on PO because of them, they suffer this thing. The crusade is why you see a lot of them trooping into the shitty boys movement. Okay.
And I know since 1991 as a student and later in 2004 as a colleague when I was lecturing in the university has no integrity. So I am not going to speak for him. There were things that happened under his watch in the University of Jos when I was a lecturer. So he's not somebody who has any integrity that one should be here wasting time. But let me go back to what he said. That he was telling AGC, was warning AGC that what happened in Zamfara would happen with the AGC. Excuse me. Is Amokitan aware of what happened in Zamfara? What happened in Zamfara was not about the leadership of the party. Because if what happened in Zamfara has to do with the leadership of the party, the entire PDP election in Nigeria would have been cancelled by the court. It has to do with the process of selecting candidates, which the Electoral Act was not followed. So for him to use that as a warning to the AGC, it is clear that he is demonstrating the type of character he is. He failed to address issues, but was issue warnings, because that was part of the game of the listing AGC, so that he will come on air and then threaten Nigerians so that he can whittle down the momentum in AGC. It was so disappointing that a professor of law could go that low to begin to issue warnings when he has a responsibility of explaining. So I know Amopitan very, very well. He's somebody I have worked with closely. He doesn't have integrity.
But that's a very big verdict, so to speak. This is someone who is a professor, a senior advocate of Nigeria. This is someone who has gone through all the checks, for instance, from the DSS to the National Assembly passage. What do you call it now? The National Assembly did what it's supposed to do in terms of oversight in respect to his appointment. But yet you said he doesn't have integrity. You think all of these checks could fail to see that lack of integrity in him? And if you have specific issues, what are those issues that make you arrive at this conclusion that he doesn't have integrity to lead INEC as an institution?
Thank you very much. The security checks and screening is not about integrity. If it were about integrity, so many people were not accountable when they went for the screening. Back to asking me specific issues. Yes, I have specific issues which borders on integrity. When he was dean in the Faculty of Law, the 2009-2010 academic session, 16 students had their 2-1 results traded off under his watch. And we had special students. Some of them were serving Deputy Inspector General of Police. Some of them were politicians in the National Assembly, in the House of Representatives, who were even absentee students. They graduated with 2-1, while 16 students had their 2-1s traded off. I, Solomon Selkabdalu, took the struggle of the 16 students against the faculty board. I was threatened that if I do not step down the struggle, I will not graduate for my master's program. And I sacrificed my master's program to fight for the students. We got 8 2-1 students back. 2 we lost. This happened under his watch as the dean of the Faculty of Law. Yet, I graduated ultimately with my master's degree, but my results were not released until after 2 years, and my certificate was not issued to me until after about 4 or 5 years. So there are more issues of integrity that happen under his watch. The students that are affected by this thing I am telling you are still living.
ADC na party we know what the APC know. They don't enter where APC don't enter. They don't do what the APC don't do. That is the reason why you see say they don't allow El-Rufai have peace of mind, because they know say Ingo go where they don't go, Ingo do what they don't do, and Ingo also call who they don't call. ADC know what to do, they know how to do it, and they know when to do it. Let me tell you something. For this nonsense where you see say INEC do, the only reason why Nigeria is quiet and social media is quiet is because say, today, yesterday, and tomorrow na public holiday. Wait until Monday, Tuesday, you go understand the difference between kake and leather, tomato and tomato juice. No be threat now, where to go play. You know why it's very, very dangerous to play with such kind of prank now? Because Nigerians are solidly behind ADC. Nigerians are solidly optimistic that something good will come out of ADC. That is the more reason it's very, very difficult and dangerous to joke with party like ADC at such a time like this. Just wait till Tuesday, Monday. You go understand the definition of protest and Nigerians coming out in mass. Amo Peter Abi Amo Kanka, you go understand that one person cannot be bigger than the whole country. You go understand the reason why now under our agreement as Nigerians, now he give you the designated authority to act like Nigerian INEC chairman. You go understand what pressure means. You think say you go just go sit down one place, compose one behavior and display it. You are playing with Nigerians. This is not time. This is not the wrong time to be an opposition party. This is the wrong time to defend APC.
We're going to wake up as Nigerians. When is it finally going to be enough? Like, is it... We can't even begin to talk about economy right now. The poverty rates. We can't begin to talk about the lack of infrastructure in this country. That's not bad enough. Innocent people and Christians in the north are constantly being slaughtered. Lives are being lost for nothing. The people have to migrate from their towns, from their homes, from their villages, because they know that nothing will be done. I swear it's not normal. I swear to God, this is not normal.
As you can see, this is a banner placed in the entrance, almost the entrance of Kano State. Obi is popularly known everywhere. Nobody should come and gaslight you and say Obi is not loved in the north. Obi is loved in every region of the country. Obi is coming. Spread the news. Obi is coming. 2027. This is Kano State. Kano. Kano.
In Yorubas that are the number of people in Yorubas that are skeptical in Yoruba speaking area that I'm trying to say are more skeptical of an Igbo presidency than anybody from the north. Why? Because Northerners are not competitors to the Igbos, but the Yorubas are. What is the stake in Nigeria? The education and capital. We don't have the capital in the north. We don't have enough educated people. We will have one day, I know. There will be a time when surpass the South. The time is coming, but it's not now. It's not there yet. So there is no serious competition between the North and the Southeast, except the unfortunate ill feeling of the Civil War. Well, my suggestion is this: that one, I'll direct it to our Igbo compatriots, that they should go out, seek understanding with fellow Nigerians. Tell them that, in fairness, they should be supported to produce the next president. But don't threat. Don't let them issue threats. Threat wouldn't work when you are looking for something like this, because threat doesn't get you votes. This thing is a matter of casting votes. When somebody goes into booth to cast his vote, it will be he and his God alone. So win his heart.
Okay, this is Charles Sanyago. He says, according to APC insiders, a storm may be gathering at the heart of Nigeria's ruling party inside the APC. Tensions are reportedly rising as new power brokers, some of them recently defected governors, clash with long-standing party loyalists over positions, influence, and control. Amid accusations of a hostile takeover, rival factions have reportedly been holding parallel meetings, deepening disputes over tickets and leaderships, and exposing cracks. The party's national leadership is reportedly scrambling to contain the fallout. Meanwhile, the opposition, including the ADC, PDP, and LP, is choking on its own power struggles and internal battles. So what does this mean for Nigeria's democracy as the system buckles under strain? Well, we'll see, Charles. We'll find out together, Charles.
INEC suspended the the announcement, and said that you can prepare internally. The meeting we read will then mean whether they've agreed to suspend fully and push it over after 2027 election, or they may agree to go ahead. But I think that's where Nigeria need to arise, and that's the kind of job you are doing. Fantastic job that New Central is doing to try to provide this knowledge. And I think that in preparing for the 2027 election, revalidation should not be part of it. Revalidation itself is a whole big task. I hear INEC chairman talked about having it in a budget, that it was not his tenure or his administration that brought revalidation. Very fantastic argument. But the same way, he must understand that if he runs this pursue with the activity of election and everything fades, his name will go down in a mud. And I think we need to study. This is where you study. That the atmosphere is not right. Again, it is not right for this intervention. 2027 election is January, as they've already proposed. You have a place for the next 6 months after the 2027 election. Maybe after you can do court cases and do revalidation. But the bad side of it is that if you begin revalidation, do not end it. You move it up to the election of 2031. It's going to be a circle. Don't just do all of this fire brigade approach, particularly INEC getting involved in fire brigade approach, is not in the best interest of the chairman itself, because everything goes down, everything rise and fall on leadership. It will rise and fall on him. If he succeeds, it will be credit to INEC. If he fails, it will be failure of the chair.
Thank you, Vice President Shetima, for supporting presidential candidate from Southeast to compensate them for civil war. So you, with the follow APC, hear the Vice President, hear what he talk.
In a multi-ethnic, multi-religious polity like ours, nobody can bludgeon his way to power through deceit, lies, intimidation, threats, and blackmail. You get to power by building bridges, by reaching out I am for the emergence of a Nigerian president of southeastern extraction. To heal
Thank you, Vice President Shetima, for supporting Peter Obi. Obi Papaso is a done deal. Thank you, Vice President.
More than listen to.
We are just 2 years into that promise, compared to 16 years. That they took over, that they could have made the changes. Yes, they are working on the electricity. Without electricity, there could be no industrialization and explosion of employment opportunity for our people. I remain in the party because we will retool this party. We will retool this government. The damage of over 60 years and 16 years of misgovernance cannot be turned around overnight. Let's hang on to hope. There's nothing more effective that can drive you, better than hope and belief in a positive tone. Dead on our promise. We are just 2 years.
This was when APC, when Buhari Bubu enter, see him mouth. Beggy. This is the article. Von Batten Montag. Okay, Montag, York, LC. We thank the amazing Congressman Chris Smith, the chairman of the House Subcommittee on Africa, for demanding that the Nigerian government add protections for Nigerian Christians this Easter Sunday. We also thank the chairman for also calling out the failure of the Nigerian government under a BAT to protect Nigerian Christians and Muslims who are being slaughtered by terrorists in northern Nigeria. According to the chairman, the Nigerian government has a fundamental responsibility. This is not it. There's another one coming up. Has a fundamental responsibility and constitutional duty to protect all its citizens regardless of their faith. The continued failure of T-Pain to prevent and intercept these targeted attacks not only deepens human suffering, but also threatens the fabric of religious coexistence in the region. The media notice, media should contact the congressman's DC office for the chairman's position on the Nigerian government's responsibility to prevent the slaughter of innocent Christians and Muslims by terrorists in northern Nigeria. We're going to get to that, the other article I was referring to, okay? Now, this was circulating recently, stating that Tinubu okays 3.3 million 3.3 trillion power sector debt settlement plan. Right? It was recycled news. This was in 2004. Tinubu okays payment of 3.3 trillion power sector debts. So they recycled it, trying to fool Nigerians. So Balaji Abdullahi responded 2 years later, after the Plateau No Light Airport stopover disaster, T-Pain cover up is to reapprove the same 3.3 trillion that he approved in May of 2024. Is it that he forgot, or is this propaganda taken too far? This affliction too shall pass. Hey, let's move on. Patutomi says, those who see truth and cloak themselves in the garb of silence, including religious leaders, senior lawyers, and traditional rulers, will someday dance naked in the market. Sit down and redeem yourselves, or forever live with the shame. I don't call out traditional leaders before. I say go reach stage when young people go gather, they go carry cane. They go flog all those traditional. We no go get traditional leaders again. There's going to come a time in Nigeria that that's going to happen. It will be completely vanquished. It will be a relic of the past. Okay. All right. Well, hey. See video of your federal video of the sophisticated convoy of Federal Service Controller General Olumode Samuel Adeyemi. God, I beg you. Huh? Poverty mentality, carpet beggar. Look at this convoy. Nigerians do not know the mess we are in. You can't serve in Tinubu's government and not adopt the habit of profligacy. It's a leadership culture. Look at it. The man even hire masquerade come dance for her. Federal Civil Service. So we move. All right, let's listen to this.
I hate to be that guy to do this, but it has to be done. I'm doing this for educational purposes, most especially because what I've noticed about Nigeria is that we have people that truly do not understand deeply systems and how government operates. People don't understand how nations are built, and I feel it's intentional. It has been an intentional programming that have made Nigerians dumb. We are not interested in affairs of governance, and that's why so many narratives fly easily. And so I really didn't want to talk about this very dark man versus Gothic, Abokis. Little that could happen on social media the past couple of days, because I respect both of them. And you know, just a couple of weeks ago, I think, or weeks ago, I actually challenged very dark man previously, and I know how he's perceived, especially by those that like him and those that don't like him. You love or you hate him kind of person, and most people, when you talk about him, the reaction that you get is all about people that don't want to sit back and really, what are you saying? For most of his people that follow him, that he's always right. So they will never want to see things from a different angle. And that's why I try to see if I can avoid conversations about him. But he's a person of interest to me. Why? Because of a very vital position he holds in our country. One that he has worked so hard to get to. You cannot, I say this all the time, you cannot disrespect the work he has put in. You cannot disrespect you cannot talk down on his impact in the country as it stands today. And why I understand that, and I respect that, it's also important for us to understand that he's not infallible. He's not all-knowing. There are things that he's going to make mistakes, and we should be able to call him, bro, see, you don't talk well here, you talk well here. You do this one well, you don't do this one well. I hope we understand this. And this is about the whole revolution talk. But before I jump into the revolution talk, I want to first of all say this, that I do not believe that one single person should lead a revolution. So Gothic Aboki calling him out in the way he called him out, even if I might respect what he has to say, I do not agree with him that very dark man should come and lead a revolution. That's putting a target on that young man. And if history has shown anything about Nigeria, is that Nigerians are always looking for a messianic figure, and we have always shown that even that messianic figure turns up, there's no guarantee that Nigerians will come out. So you might see him now organizing his mobilization, and hundreds of people are coming across different states for his cleanup and everything. When he said come out for a revolution, you can see only 2 or 10 people will come out. That's Nigeria for you. And everything will backfire on him. So I will not want to put that young man on the spotlight, and that is why I'm going to drop that on Gothic Aboki's calling him out. And very dark man also rightfully coming out to defend himself and say what he said, right? But there are some key takeaways of what very dark man said that I want to address in this video. But before I go into it, I want Nigerians to understand, and especially the government to understand, that this is the first time in the history of our country that we're listening to young Nigerians openly talking about revolution. It's a red line. It is a ticking time bomb that any sensible government should be aware of, that openly Nigerians are already discussing revolution. Should it happen or should it not happen? Should we do it or should we not do it? What is going to happen? Are we ready? We're not ready. You're seeing Nigerians openly coming out that we are ready to do whatever it takes to get back their country. You can see that the conversation is going on. And any sensitive government should understand that all it's going to take is time. It is building. These are conversations that we don't have before. Only people that have to sound revolution and are so worried and nobody takes them serious, right? But right now it is a centered conversation. It is mainstream. And when a conversation begins to go mainstream, it's the panic button sounding. Any wise government will pay attention to it and will not go about thinking to how do we quash that conversation, because that is the classic mentality of these stupid people that are in power. How do we quash it? They will not think of how do we address the yearnings. How do we address the yearnings of Nigerians and making them who agitate for revolution? They will not address that. They won't do that. That's the classic Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. But let us jump into the conversation. It's a revolution as it's being conversed right now. And me trying to address from key things very dark man addressed. And on the lighter note, I heard him say those things, it was out of his emotions. He was right in saying those things. But even though he was right in saying those things, I want him to understand, and everybody that listened to him, because I saw the reaction to what most of the things he said, and it was like a yes reaction, which is a very dangerous reaction, because 1 billion people can be saying yes, and 1 million people can be wrong at the same time. And what were the reactions? Very dark man was like, Nigerians are a reflection of the leaders. Nigerians are worse than even the leaders. The leadership is the product. The Nigerians are the leaders are a product of the people. You know, when I was sharing such conversations, when you hear it, it begins to sound like the truth. And if we allow such narrative fly, we will never fix our country. We will never fix our country. It's a very dangerous narrative that has to be squashed now. And that's why I'm making this video actually, because when I heard it, I was like, no. We have to let's pause as a people first, and let's redirect this conversation. Let us have this conversation. Nigerians, and I'm going to make different examples. I've had this conversation in closed doors with friends, and I give this analogy, which I'll give here right now. And I say, in Nigeria we leave UK, Heathrow Airport, or in Nigeria we leave JFK, or one of the international airports. And when he's about to board, he will queue, and the Nigerian will queue. And the moment he lands at MM1, that same Nigerian have been in diaspora for 20 years that was queuing. The moment he reached MM1, automatically he's trying to find a way to jump the queue. Maybe because he feels like he wants to urinate, he's jumping the queue automatically. The same Nigerian he wanted to urinate in UK had to go and pay to go and urinate, or urinate from home, or hold the urine until he gets into the plane. Will now come out in Nigeria. He's in a car and the urine is holding him. Will tell the driver, stop. He go find one gutter, face him block us, and this thing release. Brrr. The same Nigerian. What am I trying to say here? It is simple. That the people are a product of the institutions and the law that they have in their country. So you think that Nigerians are corrupt? We're not the most corrupt people on earth. You think Nigerians are the ones doing Yahoo parties? No. You think that our officials are the most corrupt officials on earth? No. The only reason why our own is the way it is because there are no checks and balances in the system. And these systems are not the people that create the system. The government create the system. And that's why for me it is important I keep drumming it to Nigerians that politics define every single thing. You want to stop prostitution in the country, or you want it to be more refined like it is done in the Netherlands, you will create systems. You want to checkmate corruption, you will create systems. You want to make sure that the country is viable, you create systems. Where there are checks and balances. If you put right now in Lagos, cameras everywhere in Lagos, and with laws that open defecation or urinating in open place attract a fine of 100,000 naira. And while you put that, you already created public toilets across these whole places that people are going to pay 15 naira to urinate. Nobody will urinate in the public in Lagos. Nobody will urinate or defecate in the public in Lagos. But because these laws and checks and balances are not created or have not been placed, the people will do what they see. So bringing it down on the people, for me, is a height of, I wouldn't say gaslighting or unawareness, but it is lack of understanding the true nature of how systems work. I'm going to use different countries to break this analogy, because Barry Dagman talked about different things. We are not united. Tribalism. Facts. The people and corruption. And boys doing, if a boy pick money now, he don't go buy this thing. Facts. What did he talk about? He mentioned a whole lot of things that I'm going to use different nations as analogy for him to understand. For everybody that felt or think the way Barry Dagman thinks about Nigeria, I want you guys to understand this very, very well. And there's a country called Singapore in the 70s. I want you guys, I'm going to find a video, probably maybe another video of Lee Kuan Yew, where he was talking about Nigeria in the 70s, when he came here and he was sitting with our Minister of Finance and seeing the gold and seeing the bling, how this guy they live life. He was like, Lee Kuan Yew, when he took over, Singapore was a messed up country. Please read about Singapore. The corruption was so high. What did he do? He increased the salary of workers first, then put in stringent anti-corruption laws. If you're caught being corrupt in Singapore, if you're caught, just imagine a death sentence passed for corrupt officials. Tinubu and his gang will not steal now. Just imagine that Tinubu said that we put a death sentence for any corrupt officials that is caught stealing. You reduce corruption by 95% in all. It's not just for politicians. So if you're caught stealing in civil society, in civil service, if you're caught stealing as a policeman, if you're caught stealing as an army, or bribery, death sentence, or 20 years or 20 years in prison with strict laws, nobody will steal. But when the government refuses to put these checks and balances, you create a lawless society, which we are currently in the country. Let me bring it down to tribalism. There's a country in Africa here, Rwanda. In 1994, there was a Hutu and Tutsi, the Rwanda genocide, that brothers were unaliving themselves because of tribalism. Then entered a man called Paul Kagame. Kagame came in. What did he do? You are not, if you come out in Rwanda and say you're a Hutu or a Tutsi, you will face time. Automatically, you destroy that narrative. You are a Rwandan. First, I've said it all the time. I said that if Tinubu is serious about quenching tribalism and bigotry in Nigeria, it will take him 1 week. Tinubu came in as the president and he changed the law of our national anthem in less than, it happened overnight. If Tinubu wants, this is free expo. If Tinubu wants to end tribalism today, Tinubu will just come in and say, pass, here he controls the House of Assembly and the Senate. Pass it and send a bill to the House that anybody caught openly doing tribalism in open or in secret, or you're being reported and you're being investigated and you're found guilty of tribalism, you serve the next 20 years in jail. First of all, what will happen is about Tinubu's cabinet are already liable. Or they say that even if you have past records of tribalism, Tinubu's wife will go into jail. That is the problem. Bayo Onanuga will go to jail. Tinubu's cabinet, many of them will go to jail. And automatically, Nigerians that you think are so tribalistic will key into the line. That's why you see I see some of my Ronu friends, they say they are liberal in Europe. Then when they go back to Nigeria, they are conservative. They do tribalism in Nigeria. But when they are in Europe, they fall into the line because they are laws. So my brother, that mentality of what we young men just have to start rotating ourselves. I say all the time, when I ever see you accuse Nigerians as the problem, you don't understand the problem. We are not the problem. Because all it will take is one law. Look at Abia State. I always circle back to Abia State. Abia State used to be the most dirtiest state in Nigeria. But there was a video that came out, people that were driving through Abia State in Port Harcourt. Some people were throwing dirt from their window. They had to stop that bus and bring the people down to go and pack that dirt. I want you guys to understand how Nigerians are not difficult to rewire their brains. We are not robots. We are human beings. We excel in same society. That's why I say the lazy, corrupt Nigerians that carry their yahoo to diaspora, they are being arrested. Look at them in America. Every single day that they arrest them. Some of them in Nigeria do not fit travel to America. If they cross, FBI will carry them. Because there are laws. Do you think they are not corrupt people in America? Do you think they are not corrupt people in China? Put death sentence. Let me come down to Eastern Europe, a country called Georgia. As of 2003, the same thing. After the fall of the Soviet, Georgia have been immersed in corruption, corrupt practices until they had the Rose Revolution. And after the Rose Revolution, because of corruption from the Prime Minister and the Parliament, the same thing happened. Look at Georgia today. So I've given you corruption, how corruption has been curbed. I've given you how tribalism can be curbed. What else is holding Nigeria back? What else? We are divided. We are divided because the government has created the division, because they tried by divide and rule. Look at majority of Tinubu supporters that are from the southwest. They are voting because they openly said, now our brother. Not that because Tinubu has done anything. Tinubu even said that do not vote for me again if I cannot give you electricity. But they are already standing on the mandate because of tribalism. Nothing else, nothing more. So I want you to understand the semantics behind this conversation, that if Nigerians keep questioning the people, we will never grow. And if you're of that illusion that the people are worse than the leaders, you do not understand how systems work. Unfortunately, you don't understand how systems work. And because of that, you keep falling into that mentality of greedy, corrupt politicians that Nigeria, just if you enter there, find your own steal. Very that man use Edo as an example. If the governor of Edo is serious about tackling Yahoo in Edo State, he go tackle him. Just bring in laws. If you're caught doing fraud or you cannot explain the source of your wealth in Edo State, a state law, 15 years in jail. What will happen is that they always run away from Edo. They will relocate to Delta State, the nearby state, or they'll go to Lagos. Because automatically what happens is Yahoo is no longer comfortable in Edo State. Let me use Peter Obi in Anambra State, for example. Peter Obi came in as governor. What did he do when he had to tackle insecurity? He said, if you're caught kidnapping, or if your house is used as a kidnapping location, if they catch a kidnapper and say that they're your house, they keep the people, that house will be leveled down. If like that be seven-story building, they will level that house down and it becomes a government property. That was what pursued the like of Evans the kidnapper out of Anambra State. And that was what turned Anambra State from the most insecure state in Nigeria to the #1 most secure state in the country. As stated as by the then Inspector General of Police, Abubakar. These are not rocket science. If you create laws and checks and balances, watch Nigeria flourish. But if we keep circling this lie or this rhetoric or this lazy man attitude of it is Nigerians are the product of the this thing, so hence, therefore, Nigeria cannot change until you cannot, if you're waiting for tribalism to die in Nigeria, you're not ready to change Nigeria. If you're waiting for Yahoo boys to end, you're not ready to change Nigeria. What can change these things is sensible leadership, which we lack currently in government. So the job of the Nigerians is to make sure that this government ends, either by voting them out outrightly or by a revolution, as the case may be. Anybody that tell that who are the people that replace them after the revolution, still underestimate the power of the Nigerian people. We have millions of educated, sensible Nigerians that are across different spheres. And the good thing about it that if we even have a revolution in Nigeria is that if you enter, can't do anyhow. You will remember how you take enter first. You will remember say people come on person, so you know say your seat is not your seat. That the same people can rise up and take you out. That is how you change the society, not by blaming the people and saying the people are this, the people are that. No, let's stop this business of blaming Nigerians and focus on the government. Because if we can fix government, we can fix the society. It's not the other way around. That you have to fix society, then you fix government. It doesn't work that way.
Well said. I actually agree with his points. Okay. Here we go. Islamist terrorists surrounded churches, spied worshippers, stole offerings, abducted congregants, including children in unopposed Kaduna Palm Sunday genocidal attacks. Look at it. Look at it. Look at what they did to the church. Okay.
They increase. School fees price, they increase. Fuel price, they increase. Prices of commodities, they increase. You know, guy, you know, get tissue. And you the release. Continue. You will cry more than that, baby. You get a bekata akwa. You get a bekata akwa ne no wa. Ara abawage. If you like, don't plan your life. Pampers price, they increase.
Win. President Tinubu here is good to give hope, but it's hard to say we will win. The ecosystem is in tatters. I mean, look at the military officer, 109,000. Dr. Abati, go no further. You were saying how they rescued the fighter pilot, was a colonel, was a redneck, top officer, colonel. You know what America did? America decided to blow up another F-15 Eagle, over $100 million. On the rescue mission alone, America spent close to $500 million just to get this man out. They sent 2 other planes, they sent an Hercules, they sent 2 helicopters, Pedro 11 and Pedro 12, to act as buffer shields to be able to rescue this man. Dr. Bati, I feel like crying this morning. General Uba in the bush had low battery. He had low battery. And he made a message out that please come and save me. General Uba was never saved.
General in Nigeria.
The Brigadier General. General Uba was never saved. The next thing we heard was that the bandits got him. And they killed him. Remember how General Uba's wife had to cry that we let General Uba down.
Okay, we just expect government to be to do more. So the plan is not to discourage soldiers, Nigerian soldiers.
When President Tinubu says we will win, I'm sorry, but I don't believe him. You know why? They're busy about buying military platforms, big military platforms. They're not even thinking about the soldiers that are losing their lives every day. They're not showing like they care for them. It's all about signing defense contracts where people get to benefit, where people make millions. Leonardo, all the companies make millions. But we couldn't see General Uba. General Uba was from, I think, the 25 Strike Force, a very prominent team that had done a lot of fighting banditry. General Uba was our hero. And we let him down. And we all remember how this government acted around the story. At first, there was a lot of denial.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to say, because it's important, based on what you're saying, that
this is South Africa people problem. Look at it. See the propaganda. Tinubu approves 3.3 million trillion plan to clear power sector debts. This was April 6 today. And then May 17, 2024, Tinubu approved payment of 3.3 trillion power sector debts. Adelabu recycled. This is the news that they are selling to the people. Meanwhile, there's something happening in the judiciary. Now, Okutekpa, they want to remove him from body of benchers. Now, this guy, what did they call this guy now? The new NBA chair. May we read down. Remove Okutekpa's son. It's from Okutekpa as well on his Twitter handle. From body of benchers. NBA president petitions LPDC, BOP. I'm not afraid of your manipulations. Okutekpa's son fires back. NBA president did not stop at just filing the petition against me and the first claimant in one of the cases, but in the most unfortunate abuse of power and corrupt use of office and power, Mr. Osigwe. This Osigwe man, not being they say they had now he be the head of NBA, right? President of NBA. These people are working for Tinubu. Not be this NBA man when they write long episode. If lawyer do something, go write long episode. Sometimes in defense of God, see, he don't sell out. He don't sell out. No read. Abuse of power and corrupt use of office and power. Mr. Osigwe San proceeded to use his office and position to lobby those who have responsibilities to educate him not to do so, to cause my name to be removed from the list of those to be reappointed as members of the body of benchers. Why? Afam Osigwe, why? That's the question I have. You people who think that you're going to be in power forever. Now, let me see. There is allegedly there's in-house fighting. They are fighting Daniel Bwala because of that show of shame he took to Al Jazeera. Meanwhile, they are dragging him like I better pass my neighbor generator. All right. I'm not going to bother reading this because now APC person be this. They are dragging Daniel Bwala now. They are claiming that he went to go and put APC in bad light when there's nothing to sell. Anyway, let's go on. That's ADC in the north. This is Jigawa. They're moving from village to village and doing grassroots mobilization for ADC. Burkina Faso, listen to what he says. I'm not going to play the video. Let's just listen. Let me just read it. If someone just comes up to you and starts talking to you about democracy, you better run. Because democracy on our lives, right? Is that what we want? Democracy where children are being unalive, bombs are being dropped, women are being pied, people are being pied, hospitals are being destroyed, civilians are being pied. Is that what democracy is? They act as if they don't see it. There they are with their eyes closed. Young Africans must understand that this notion of democracy is false. It is false. It is just a stick that people hold and use against Africans and certain people. That is all. We must forget this notion of democracy. We must embrace the revolutionary spirit. I agree with him. It's only revolution that will save Africa. Because we have the dumbest of leaders that will fall for mirror, for trinkets, champagne for a few, while the rest just go and roast and go and buy somewhere. Anyway, let's keep going. prefer to waste money to bribe people, buy rice, buy yam, waste that money to do all these things than to develop the country. Don't you think that something is wrong somewhere? Aren't you people thinking it is like you people want Nigeria to destroy? I don't get it. You preferred to waste money buying all these things, bribing people with billions, instead of investing the same money to create jobs opportunities for Nigerians. You can use the money to revive our dead companies, create jobs opportunities for Nigerians, but you prefer to bribe people. You prefer to waste money to bribe people, buy rice, buy yam, waste that money to do all these things than to develop the country. Don't you think that something is wrong somewhere? Aren't you people thinking it is like you people want Nigeria to destroy? I don't get it.
They do.
You preferred to waste money buying all these things, bribing people with billions, instead of investing the same money to create jobs opportunities for Nigerians. You can use the money to revive our dead companies, create jobs opportunities for Nigerians, but you prefer to bribe people.
You don't get brain now. Yeah? Comrade Aminu Abdulsalam Gwazo, the immediate past deputy governor of Kano State, has joined ADC. He has made the decision to join ADC. The North is hot. The North is hot.
The impact of parties and citizens, and the perception of like I go at this time when there's so much rumor, some of them credible. The ruling party is trying to muscle the opposition. When there's allegation that you are a stooge of ruling party, and I'm telling parties want to validate you want to assess again whether you have your NIN number, whether your leaders are Nigerians, whether they have the local government of origin, and so after they say somebody will create a report and say maybe party X, their leadership failed this category, therefore they are deregistered. The observatory wants to say that INEC should know that it bears responsibility for the life and death of this democracy. And so far, in 2023, INEC failed woefully. If not that Nigerians were peace-loving, and maybe the outcome pleased some sections of Nigeria, the content of last election was enough to create crisis in this country. So the danger of this stonewalling of deaf and dumb leadership that we have in this country, our prayer is let it not hit us, because when the chicken comes to roost, it's not the wicked people only that get. Again, many countries have disappeared from earth.
Exactly.
At least modern
history. They don't exist anymore. We don't even know them.
Look at Somalia, where they are now. Look at Sudan. What's going on there? So why do you think that we are better than them? So the reason why we are shouting is that we want Nigeria to cross 2027 in a credible form, where no matter who wins, some people will be rejoicing, some people will be in their room saying, when do we get to but the streets will be free, and all of us will be going free, moving around. So, yes, politicians are desperate, they don't care about outcomes, they win by all means, win and later go to court. The logic is win by all means, then later go to court. But what we're saying is, the thing to lose is far more than election. If 2027, if INEC misdirects 2027, what we'll lose is not just an election. We might lose the country.
Yep. It's in the horizon. Everybody should prepare their mind for that. Yeah? This Nadeko story is still going on Twitter. Nobody are looking for his name. They could not find his name. They've been searching for T-Pain's name.
Good luck, Jonathan time. I can remember vividly so many pastors came out to rally against the bad government, the bad governance. Well, so why is it that it is not the life of the citizens of Nigeria is not as important as fuel. If you could leave your tight schedule and come out to rally against the increase or the hike in fuel at that time. So somebody's death cannot motivate you to take your ass out of that seat or wherever you are and come out to the road, call your members from the church and come out to rally against injustice, unnecessary killing, insecurity in this time and age. Do not be myopic or be just one-sided. See, I bet you if the church is a very broad religion in Nigeria. So I believe and I stand that if the church stand up against this insecurity, something will happen. Change would definitely come.
Mind you, the killing were not just for the Christians. Yes, that woman that held her child just went out to get the church card. What happened? There was an open fire. It wasn't in the church. See, maybe they tell ourselves. See, even the Muslims are dying. They are killing the Muslims. It's not just the Christian. This thing is just like everybody needs to be careful. Even the Muslim, when they feel say they need to protect.
Significance matters. If this stuff happened on a Muslim peak day, there would be a solution. People will rally up for that. Let me tell you something. For it to happen on a Palm Sunday, see, a pastor have every right to take it up on himself to do that. Okay, you are just aware of that guy that died. What is his name again?
Promise.
Right? What about other people that died that day that you could not even know what their face looked like? Okay, what about the woman that lost father, brothers, husband? What are you going to say? Muslims die every day. How many of them that have made it to the news? How many Christians killing have you seen on the news? What are you saying? That the leaders of the church cannot come out and debunk or stand on something that is right? Kill a human being as if the person doesn't matter, as if the person is an animal.
Hey, I'm liking this new Nigeria, Sha. That's all I can say. I like the fact that people are waking up.
Na ce ba dan mugunta ba ta da kyau ba. Da sai mu roki Allah ya ba Tinubu. Na ce duk mu ci uban mu. Anan na faɗi. Ko ban faɗi ba? A lokacin ba irin zagin da ba a yi mana ba, da cin mutunci, da wulakanci, a sa yara a media su zage mu su aibanta musu waye, ba abin da ba a faɗi ba. Amma yanzu ai Bahaushe ya ce wanda aka maraye hankali ya fi wanda aka haifa da hankali. Ko? Sakatare, wanda aka maraye hankali ya fi wanda aka haifa da hankali. Shi wanda aka maraye hankali da bai san amfanin hankalin ba sai yanzu. To ya fi wanda aka haifa da hankali. Saboda haka mu tashi mu farka daga baccin da muke ciki, mun sani mulki Allah yake ba da shi kuma Allah baya kuskure. Allah ne ya ɗau mulkin nan ya ba Tinubu, kuma Allah baya kuskure. Mun gane wannan, akwai abubuwan da kila muke yi, shi yasa Allah ya mana abin da ya mana. To amma dai mu tashi mai ƙoƙari mu gyara, Allah muke roƙo ya mana taimako ya mana jagora.
Okay, so long and short of it, they insulted us when we warned them about Tinubu. Now reality has spoken. This is Sheikh Sambo. Said he warned them against Tinubu. Now more videos are emerging. ADC releases video where Nafiu Bala was cited at David Mark's leadership unveiling after he tendered his resignation. The INEC representatives were also present at the event. The new video exposed Nafiu Bala's attendance at the ADC unveiling ceremony of David Mark-led leadership held in Abuja. That's the Nafiu Bala. They say they can't reach him. They don't give escorts surrounded him, so nobody can reach him. Oh, we'll see. Evidence, Yakpa. Moving along.
You seem to be party leader of this state. What is wrong with the party at the moment?
The party is intact, nothing wrong with the party. There's something wrong with INEC when it can be the APC.
Can you share with us?
Because the biggest scandal I have seen as far as political party management is concerned, I have been in political party management for more than 20-something years. I've not seen any INEC that could just take law onto their hands and scandalize the entire system. What INEC does is to work with party leaders to ensure that parties are healthy, and when they refuse to be healthy, they can fall aside if they don't get elected. And INEC leadership to decide to truncate the law to please the party in power is both irresponsible. And for a son, for that matter, it's a disgrace. It's a major disgrace to the legal profession because it's a son. It's a major disgrace if you know the law and so on. I think that the INEC chairman needs to be derobed. The son he was bestowed on should be removed from him.
Let us take you back a little. Yes. Did Nafiu Bala resign from ADC?
We have all the forensics. He resigned from ADC and he resigned as Deputy National Chairman. I have the letter. INEC has the letter. And INEC watched the entire processes. We held more than 8 meetings. Bala was involved in all the meetings. And what beats my imagination is that Bala was one of those who went around the north to market ADC to the people, saying if we are going to build a coalition that the north should embrace ADC. So for him to be doing, there must have been something for him to be involved in what is involved in now.
I wanted to ask, what motivated him?
What it is that we know that there's some billions of naira there for anti-coalition fight. This government don't want to face any election.
Yep.
They want a coronation. So seeing I know what I went through before we were able to midwife this coalition. They followed me to everywhere. They followed me to everywhere. And so on. But eventually we were able to do it. And they decided to start following some people they think they can drop and to make for them to make things up. And I know some of these guys. Most of them now they live in they live in some of the biggest hotels in the country. At times they fly private jet, and I can tell you the place where they go to. They fly private jet to Lagos. They fly private jet to Owerri. I know the governors who are funding them, and I know the offices in Abuja here that are also funding them. So we know all of these things.
Wow. What way forward? The
way forward is that ADC is moving forward. All our processes, we are going to continue it and finish it. Nobody can stop it. If they stop it, they meet us.
But if I to be part of your Congress, don't you see that there will be problem ahead?
We have already informed INEC that we are having a Congress. We sent them a letter and they stamped it. And so on. Whether they come or they don't come, we are on the right. We are on the right.
Yeah.
INEC know that they are wrong. So it's now left to them to play whatever game they want to play.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, Amupiton's warm embrace of Stalin is an oddity. Stalin famously said, "Those who vote decide nothing. Those who count the vote decide everything." It seems INEC is bent on proving that. We know Stalin, he was a brutal dictator. We thought Amupiton was an intellectual and lawyer. Intellectual in the bush. Hey!
On TV, I was on arrest.
Never mind. This is not what I want. Okay. Mindset. Successful leaders see the opportunities in every difficulty rather than the difficulty in every opportunity. Read Markham. If the NBA, Patutomi, prevail on Amupiton to resign, the fall of Nigeria through institutional and moral safety nets has become a free fall. History will hold all lawyers and Amupiton accountable in a way that will embarrass the children of their children. Afam, continue. Make una dey do nothing, they go. Okay. Parallel facts. Nigerian Army plans to reduce number of Igbo youths in the name of Operation Udoka sweeping action. Ex-soldier alleges. Meanwhile, APC don't go donate van to Redeemed Christian Church of their God. They are the arm of APC, the Christian arm, abi the political arm, whichever one. This one is not politics in Church of God. Bam, Siam. Hey, Peter Obi dropped another boza again. Let me read this. This experience will not repeat itself. Another presidential promise fails in less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours after T-Pain stood at Jos Plateau Airport on April 2nd and promised the grieving Nigerian citizens, "I promise you that this experience will not repeat itself." Another brutal attack occurred in Yamgo Gale, Jos South local government area, resulting in the unalivings of several innocent citizens. Since then, and only a week following that, we are showing promise from the president. Our state has been plunged into grief as the Akwaya and Udege Kata communities fled for their lives after government unalived at least 11 people. Many homes were reduced to ashes and numerous families remain missing. In Zamfara State, 150 innocent Nigerians were abducted from the Kofa Danya and Kofan Magaji communities in one of the largest mass kidnappings in recent times. On the same day of the Zamfara kidnappings, terrorists in Borno State stormed Chibok, buying 4 officers and burning down homes. Yesterday, on Easter Sunday, Benue State was rocked by violence again, with over 17 Nigerians massacred, entire communities left in ruins, and many individuals still unaccounted for. Today, in Kaduna State, several innocent citizens were killed by terrorists inside churches, with many others abducted in the Ariko community of Kachia local government area. Yet we were told this experience will not repeat itself. This represents a failure of leadership and responsibility, and sadly, Nigerians are paying for it with their lives. These attackers are not ghostly figures. Our inaction emboldens them. How can a president make such a categorical promise, and mere hours later, the nation continues to count the dead across multiple states? The primary responsibility of any government is to protect lives and property. However, this responsibility is failing today. Nigerians are being slaughtered in their homes, in their communities, and in the very places they should feel safest. Even the president did not enter this community. So who is truly safe in Nigeria? This is a national emergency. Nigeria is bleeding and the situation is worsening and increasingly helpless. Wow.
Hello, Defense Minister. You know today is my birthday. I need to have a blast. Make the arrangement. Consider it done, Your Excellency. Take on, see level. Yes, Papa. Hey! Come on. Your Excellency, boom. Now what? I blasted every street in Dobo. Who said I was talking about bomb blast? I was talking about birthday and no fear.
They will not clarify. After all, not be the first time you are sending me to blast a city for political reasons. Yeah. And this is our normal. Hey, you remember when you said make we use bomb 16 village so that we go frustrate the former administration? Plus, you also asked the other time to blast the city so you can get 48. And so the other day you say make a go rally, go inspect venue. Even if you say God they punish you, why the first minister go on official duty?
Who is invading our state?
God have mercy upon us. Son Oga Donna.
Who is Oga Donna?
Donald Trump.
Mess up.
Okay.
Going on around our country with pain. At the age of 63, I believe I have become a mother in this nation and can speak to this nation. I have never spoken to our present president, but I will speak to you today, sir. The government is failing us. I look at what is going on in Jos, what is going on in Benue, what is going on in Kwara, what is going on all over the country, and I'm worried. I am pained. There is a dichotomy I see. Two standards I see. I see one standard for the north and another standard for the south. Whenever a few Igbo boys have gotten angry and acted or reacted, they send Air Force, Navy, and military to go and stop them. They take armored tanks to the east. But we see Fulani boys stand and speak on the internet. They say anything, do anything, and nothing moves. Instructions are given for nobody to move. Well, Nigeria belongs to all of us. God put us here. No man put us here. Christians and Muslims. My mother told me before she passed that these things we are agitating for, they have been agitating for them since they were children, and nothing changed. This platform, God has given it to me for a purpose, to speak for the helpless. Sir, why are the same soldiers and Air Force not hovering over Jos?
Bam!
Why are they not hovering over Kwara? Why are they not hovering over Southern Kaduna? Land have been taken. People have been removed from their land and nothing happens. If it were Igbos, there will be artillery and fireworks. They will be killing them like anything. Now, I'm not saying what they do is right because I actually don't know all the details. But what these people are doing too is not right. I don't know what the agenda is. I don't know what the plan is, sir. But Jesus Christ is building his church. And no force on earth will stop us. You can kill us, you can take over our lands and all, but we will always be in this Nigeria. So the time has come, especially in this Easter period, to remind all Nigerians that Nigeria belongs to all of us. And let there be justice. What you do in the south, do in the north. What you do in the north, do in the south. But this Nigeria will stand. The church of Jesus Christ will stand, and the gate of hell will not prevail against it.
The few of the people that speak,
Seems to be party leader of this state. What is wrong with the party at the moment? The party is intact, nothing wrong with the party. There's something wrong with INEC when it can be...
Oh, we already went through this. Let me...
Okay. Oh, if you people will listen to me, if you people will just say, Mama P, talk with them, listen. If you know you're doing, as I say, talk. Nigeria go good. Not be rocket science. And not stop revalidation. Okay? When you don't have your voice, where everybody don't thank them, let them know, say, see, who they come. They know, and I'm not better, no wrong. DJ, play me that song.
That music.
Young youth, I'll hold your hands when I tell you this. Whenever you decide that enough is enough, enough will be enough. The law stopped the voters' revalidation came. I remember the night I did that video. Did their urchins everywhere. Hey, I should like this, PSS. Oh, come on, career. She's inciting. You're only trying to check those that have died. Did your father die? Go. Did your mother die? Ask the people who don't die, say affect the people who are alive. The validation that they should have done months ago, at least 18 months ago, they want one few just to wear registration will soon end. God, think with your brain. If he favor you now, he will favor you tomorrow. God! You are not the reason for the video tonight. This is for every Nigerian youth out there. Every single person that liked, commented, shared, tag INEC, let them know, say, see, we play on the Chris. You have won this time. Your voice matters. Revalidation what? Pause, DJ! Few people will just come together, leave distraction, focus on this government. Your children will thank you. They have come for meetings. The memo, I don't see them. Ask me, I get the memo. You think everybody inside the APC government is happy? You think everybody that work in the INEC is happy? A lot of them are praying for revolution. You see that statement, governors of state will tell you, we are just here, we are handicapped. I literally indirectly telling you, help us save us. I've never seen a government that screams bondage like this. But now you go save them. Now you go say them. Share this video, tag INEC. Let them know say, even that the emergency meeting where they go, where they say they want to check other modalities, other things where they want to do. Hey, our eyes they see them. As your day like this, so we they ready, we they just say the INEC, we they wait for now. No, let me kill everybody with the support INEC. No, let me kill everybody with the support this government. One down, 1 million to go. Thank you very much for listening and God bless.
We must do something about this. And like I told you before, the time is now. Okay? We can't keep letting them subject us to this modern day slavery. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? We have to fight today. Listen, they control our resources. They determine how we eat, what we drink, when to walk and when to close. We are tired.
I hope you are working. Very well, very well. And I hope you got my back.
Tired. I got you. Always. I got your back.
We need to plant more palm trees.
Yes, master. Time is now. Yes. Let's take back our community.
Yes.
Let's take back our community.
Yes.
Come, let's go. Let's go. Yes. Yes. What is going on? The time is up. Yes. And let me tell you, it is not yet time for you to eat. Go and finish us working. Yes. Have you started drinking? I hope you've not started drinking the palm wine that is meant for the master. Go back to work now. Are you okay? How long are you going to be part of those who impoverish your people? It is time for us to take back our community. Yes! And he must leave. You choose to stay with him or you leave quietly. Master, I'm going.
Where are you going? I know you said you got me.
I come to you. Let's go! Let's go!
My people of Olani, I've heard your cry. I've heard your frustrations. So we are leaving your country. I hereby declare you independent.
You know what? Since he has been in the forefront of this confrontation, I think he should lead us.
Mr. Winterbottom, I told you aside from this crew that we have other natural resources. We have iron ore, we have lithium, we have,
everything. I want to export all. I want all. Yes, please. Let these ships be ready as soon as possible. Okay?
There's no problem. By next week, I will be in Africa.
When I come, we will discuss more. No problem, okay? I will be expecting your feedback. Okay. Thank you.
Your Majesty, ever since you became the monarchical head, things has gone from better to worse. Look at the people of Olani. To eat 3 square meal a day is now a big problem. 1,000 cannot even buy a liter of fuel. And the high rate of criminality in the Olani community has become enormous. We took power from the colonial masters for things to get better. Take a look at the basic amenities that they provided for us. Today, they are no longer functional. And
And I tell you this, Your Majesty, it's either you step down since you are no longer capable to lead us, so someone else can assume the throne. If not, the same way you rose against the colonial masters, that's the same way the people of Lani will rise against you to take back their community.
Which people? These ones? The ones watching me? Can you rise against the evil and oppression we do against you? Can they? But they had not to crack, because they can't. They are subjected to such docility that whatever we do works for them. We have a lot of plans to keep them, with what keeps them busy. Bigotry, religious war, incites it, and they were going to argue. Even the people rising up to, encourage them to get out of that menace. They tag him a bigot. That is what we do. And you, can you, scrolling with your cheap phones, watch and pass as usual? Because you can't do nothing. Can you?
Very important question. Okay. So this is the memo I was talking about. Let's read it now. This is from the Von Batten Montag York LC. According to the Nigerian outlet Sahara Reporters, the firm has only one client and zero revenue in 2025. This assertion comes as a surprise not only to us, but also to the Justice Department and to our clients. Here are the facts. Our firm represents foreign governments and international entities, which are monitored under the Justice Department's FARA. Sahara Reporters cites Open Secrets DC as its source for this inaccurate claim. The problem with that is simple. Open Secret tracks Senate lobbying disclosures, which are designed for domestic lobbying clients, not foreign principals. Our clients in 2025 are all foreign entities, not local entities, not local US entities. So when Sahara Reporters cites Open Secrets DC to support its inaccurate claims, it either reflects a fundamental misunderstanding of US law or a deliberate attempt to mislead the Nigerian public. At best, this is careless reporting. At worst, it is a coordinated narrative designed to distort facts in furtherance of the current Nigerian government's political interests. We urge people to read the Sahara Reporters link. It is entertaining and a complete work of fiction. So let's read what Sahara Reporters wrote. Okay? Now this is what Sahara Reporters wrote. Hey, God I beg you. Advert everywhere. What the hell? ADC hires US lobbying. This is what Sahara Reporters reported. ADC hires US lobbying firm with only one client. That's what they said. Zero revenue in 2025 to influence Trump's administration on INEC stalemate. Can you imagine? This is you people show oreo. Now show oreo be this so. Hey, INEC's action, which halted official engagement with the party, has effectively paralyzed the ADC's political activities at a crucial time ahead of Nigeria's next general election. What is Showore's problem? What does Showore want? A fresh controversy has trailed the decision of the ADC to hire a little known, that's how they termed it, United States lobbying firm to intervene in Nigeria's electoral dispute involving the INEC. Sahara Reporters has learned from multiple sources familiar with the development that the move has sparked outrage and ridicule among political observers who describe the firm as insignificant. How would Showore know if he is not in the corridors with APC? And lacking any credible lobbying track record. According to information obtained from public lobbying disclosures, right? The firm reportedly had no paying clients. That's what Sahara claims in 2025 and declared assets estimated at just $5,000, raising questions about its capacity to influence policy within the U.S. government. This is a complete joke. A political analyst told Sahara reporters, "You cannot claim to be defending democracy and then turn around to hire a firm with virtually zero record, no visible influence, and questionable capacity to engage the U.S. Congress or any serious administration figures." The development follows an earlier announcement by the firm that it would brief members of the U.S. Congress and the administration of the U.S. President over INEC's decision to suspend recognition of the ADC leadership pending the outcome of ongoing litigation. INEC's action, which halted official engagement with the party, has effectively paralyzed the ADC's political activities at a crucial time ahead of Nigeria's next general election. In a statement, the lobbying firm had framed the issue as a threat to democratic participation in Nigeria, warning that the electoral body's decision could undermine opposition politics and the credibility of the electoral process. However, critics have dismissed the move as both misguided and wasteful. What exactly does the United States have to do with an internal electoral dispute in Nigeria? Another source queried. This reflects a deep misunderstanding of both international politics and Nigerian sovereignty. Sources further allege that the engagement could result in significant financial losses for the party, warning that the firm might end up collecting millions of dollars without delivering any tangible results. There is a real risk that ADC is being taken for a ride, one insider said. This is how politically exposed organizations get scammed, by outsourcing serious national issues to obscure foreign entities and no proven success. Some analysts also question the strategic logic behind appealing to Trump political circle, arguing that U.S. foreign policy priorities are rarely driven by democratic concerns in Africa. Anyone who thinks the Trump camp is primarily concerned about democracy in Nigeria is being naive. A foreign policy expert said, U.S. interests are typically tied to economic and strategic considerations such as oil, mineral resources, and regional security, not internal party disputes. The source added, this move suggests a lack of clarity and direction within the ADC leadership. Instead of resolving internal issues and strengthening their domestic legal position, they are chasing international attention that may never materialize. The controversy comes amid growing tension over INEC's suspension of the ADC leadership, a decision that has already triggered legal battles and heightened uncertainty within Nigeria's opposition landscape. Sahara reporters had reported on Friday that a US-based policy firm said it would engage President Trump and members of the Congress over the decision by Nigeria's electoral body to withdraw recognition of the ADC leadership. The firm's move follows a recent action by the INEC, which announced the suspension. Okay, we're just going over this over and over again. But basically, that's what... So, Sowore was literally hired to come and do Tinubu's dirty work. Okay, and they're right. This firm, actually, it's entertaining and complete. It's an apt description of Sahara reporters, Showore's newspaper. You see how they do hit jobs on you people, Nigeria? The Showore that people are shouting. I will never put down the work that he has done. I will never put down the awareness he has created for people on ground. I will never put down some of what he has done, okay? But what I will call out is the hypocrisy. Sowore clearly works for APC. Let it be known. The man is not with the people. He's not clear what he wants. He's not sure what he wants. Sowore is neither here nor there. It is where he's getting paid more that he will go to. Clearly, it looks like the APC has him in their pockets. That is why Sowore can come up with fiction like this to deceive the people and to throw off the work that the ADC is trying to do. Showore is afraid because he's irrelevant and he will never be relevant. Okay? His party can never attain any positions like the ADC is attaining. Showore is a moralist. He's standing on moral. He's saying pure. Now he holy pass. So instead of him to come out and show us how to do it, he instead is behind, like, you know, a little boy that candy was snatched out of his hand and trying to throw stones from behind. We see what you are doing, Showore. I still respect you for all your work, but on this one, bad taste. Bad taste. May we first win Nigeria first. Your matter na small. There's no need. Now because of the way Nigeria be, we're not blaming you.
Why are you a fake man of God? Why are you a fake man of God? You don't have anything to tell your people at all.
You are a real man of God. You go with it. I dash you, real man of God. I dash you. I be fake. I speak. Yes.
I'm here to you not get
Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I just want to ask you a question. So you are a pastor, right? What are you talking about this killing that just happened? What are you talking about this killing that just happened in Just? Because we have a government and you are working under the government, right?
Yes, my brother. I'm disappointed at the state governor that is controlling Just. I'm disappointed. He's a failed governor. The money where they send give a consecutive vote, you know they use and do what he's supposed to use and do. I'm disappointed in him.
Okay, if you are disappointed, the federal government, I think Tinubu was having the right to bring Fubarak down, to sanction him for 6 months. So why did Tinubu did not do the same thing in Just to the governor?
Say the go keep person. When they kill court, when they kill each other for those states, they sanction
why Tinubu not declare state of emergency for Just? Why?
What happen for Just? Not be one person.
Wait.
If you have the floor, calm down now. Make I answer you. Okay. Calm down. You calm down. Let's talk like a mature man. Now, during the time of Obaseki, they were killing in those states. Sometimes they go even use people like they play ball. Why they not declare state of emergency? Then, if I were you, I will protest that they should declare just state of emergency. The governor there should leave the seat.
Cassie, hold on. The time of Obaseki you are talking about, is it Tinubu was in power then? No. The time of
yes.
When there is no fight. Wait now, not Tinubu. Hold on now. Tinubu just come to power now. Hold on. When Fubara and Wike get problem, we say kill never even started. They never started a fight. Why Tinubu go declare state of emergency for them? Why? Why they say
I know they say River State. Now I don't state that they stay. I know they stay River State.
Listen to me. People are here calling you pastor or prophet. You are not a pastor. You are the most stupid and that is what you are. You are the most stupid and the useless human being.
Thank you. Failure like you. When una no go fit, if them na dey ask question, person no fall for una trap. Una go dey cry. You are the most useless man. You know if you call me fake pastor, make it pay me. Now me go tell you wetin go pay you. Go drink acid. Go ahead. If you call me peace, I give you peace. If you call me backbone, I give you backbone. What did they ask?
Oh, this is what some of your this man is a pastor. This is what they have reduced themselves to. You see him? You see how he's talking? All ye Nigerian Christians, these are your pastors. Look at them. Hustling for Tinubu's dollar.
Enthused. Which is why I was never enthused. As well intentioned as it might be, and as much as I know that you all hope and pray that, you could find some Voltron, even if it is a collection of objectionable persons who were in APC yesterday. But that is not my purpose this morning. I don't want to say I told you so. I only want to remind you that you are not seeing anything new. What you're seeing with the INEC, the judiciary, and Tinubu and the system working to destroy platforms was probably is something that you should have seen. I told you since 2023. You don't have a democracy. That's the reality. We all have to pretend that Nigeria is still a democracy. That is why the like of me can still set up a camera and be speaking to you. But as I speak with you, even I know that I must always be very careful about my movement. I must be very guided about my finances because the system is not designed to tolerate the like of me. We are all pretending there is a democracy. They are pretending, I'm pretending, we're all pretending that we're in a democracy. But the reality is that even Abacha's season was not this bloody. And the stealing was not this frontal. The system was not this pervert. I preached the message the other day. I titled it, The Death of Men. The death of men. I didn't say good men, I said men. The death of men. It means the absence, the complete absence of men.
That's right.
I'm not talking about human beings, I'm talking about men.
Yes.
People who have risen above their base values, their carnality. They've learned to understand their place as creatures in time, who will die someday. So they would aspire to something higher. I explained in that sermon, and I urge you to look for it. It's online, The Death of Men. It was somebody asking me.
So, we shall continue to talk, do our own parts.
It is why
I know if you be president, tell them that was in the olden days. That was in the olden days. Right now, Peter Obi has cut into Kano, Katsina, Yobe, Gombe, Adamawa, Benue, Plateau. Everywhere now is Peter Obi. Tell them that was in the olden days. Now, Igbo man, na him be our next president. Take it to bank. And now, the vice president we are getting now is a radical one. Papasia. Now, to steal, you go hard APC. I'm sure a day after declaring Peter Obi, some politicians you see today, now one-way ticket, then go take run. Okay? That was in the olden days. Igbo man is coming. Save today's dates. Happy Easter.
See Ogun State.
Mr. Dakpabiodu, yeah. So I want to appreciate the good work that you have done so far for the past 8 years that you have been the governor of Ogun State. So I'm here to appreciate the good work of you that you have done so far. And this is one of your good work that you have done. Yes. Every time I see every day, and the man, what you and you are father. And you are father. And you over. And I go face on over. And I go face on over. Now you are father. So, Mr. Dakpabiodu, so we really appreciate your good work. Thank you very much. Because this road going at the CISO, this road now be the highway. This one na highway. Na highway like express. Road way from Pakpa, go to junction, go to Mowe, interchange, Ijebu-Ode, and now this road now if you follow, go
express,
Shagam. So now this road now go everywhere. This road now highway. Where we say
on
Obadan everywhere.
on
Ilaro everywhere. So now this road where we say make the governor make put money for this road. Make this road clean. This road now this is the way motor dey fall anyhow yakata for here. Kena go pass here fall last year they have for here. Even bike. If they had the bike to pass for here. So Mr. Dakpabiodu, so I want to appreciate you for your good work because you really tried for you to do this kind of road for us like for the past 8 years. To do this kind of thing for us. So you really do well. Thank you very much, sir. You do well.
Ogun State people, now well done, no.
Clinical dìbò fún ẹ má dìbò fún Tinubu torí mò ń sọ́n sí ẹ ṣépè fún mi ẹ má wọrí ẹ sì máa ra petrol ní 2,000 naira ajẹ́kẹ́ Peter Obi ní president wa ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kò ní máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ má dìbò fún Tinubu is not the right person láti vote fún tí ẹ dìbò fún Peter Obi is the right person to do it òun ló lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni torí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ ṣépè comment section nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn ajẹ́kẹ́ Peter Obi ló wà ń bẹ̀ ni kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn kan tó wá ń sọ ọ ní pé kò ṣe Tinubu ló fà tí petrol fi wọ́n now tell me ta ló fà now ẹ sọ fún mi kí ni máa yìí ti ṣe kí ni pàtó nǹkan tí máa yìí ti ṣe ẹ má dìbò fún máa yìí ẹ má dìbò fún Tinubu anybody tó bá fi lè dìbò fún Tinubu ara ló máa pa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ vote fún Peter Obi ṣé mo wíire àbí mi ò wíire.
Listen to this song. It's so beautiful. Hey, I beg you, listen to music. Eh? Beautiful. I beg you. See my president, busy, ever busy, ever busy. The music. Okay.
That APC wants to use the lawyers, use the judiciary. Why am I saying they want to use the judiciary? I gave you the example of what happened in El-Rufai's case. Because as far as I'm concerned, it is the incarceration of El-Rufai that killed his mother. You know, when mothers get to that age, they are so sentimental. They become so emotional. Let me tell you, somebody told my mother that thieves stole from some of his children's houses. My mother felt so bad that they had to call preachers to come and start preaching to her that nothing is wrong. I want you to understand. Then you can imagine an aged woman of 90-something years that you are telling that they are arresting the son. Some people might even go and tell the son has died in prison. It happens.
Actually, might actually even think
on her own.
Yeah,
because at that age, they said, they don't want to tell it. They have killed my son. That is what killed her. In my own opinion. And now, when the woman died, crying over spilled milk, that's when they remember they will, without court order, release El-Rufai. Meaning they are the ones using the judiciary and the purported order. Because you cannot disobey the order of the court. If you have respect for the court, it is only the court that can amend, vary its order. But this government went and released El-Rufai, exposing to the whole world that they are using the judiciary. So that is why democracy is in peril, because they want to use the judiciary, use people like Nafi Ubala, use, when I was in one media house, they said that Nafiu Bala claimed that he was forced to resign. Now, one of his aides came and claimed that it was fake. So which one are we going to agree on? If you want to challenge such a thing in court, you don't use originating summons. You use writ of summons, where the issues are debatable. So APC now, knowing that ADC has come to stay, they want to use every means, including intimidating INEC. I can tell you that Joyce Omipota has been threatened that if he doesn't deregister,
they're not threatening now. He's under threat. We know that. It's obvious.
Wannan siyasa da yake a gwamnati, a federal government ko a state zai ce ma ga wanda zaka zaba, kai ma kana da hankali, bal insanu ala nafsihi basira. Dan adam yana da hankali, yana da tunani. Kai wani malami ya zo ringa ce ma ai wannan kashe kashen za a daina in an maimaita an yi kaza. A'a, in gaskiya ne yanzu ya kamata a daina. Tunda ba a daina yanzu ba da ake tunanin harin kujera a gaba, ya lokacin da ba a ajiyar wata kujera sannan a ce lokacin za a daina. Da haka mu zama masu basira. In kuma ki yadda mu dama aikin mu shine mu bayani. Ba abin da yake a gaban mu illa mu bayani. Mu gaya ma gaskiya ka yadda ka zaɓi wanda zai yanto arewa. Arewa ba abin da ake sai zubar da jini. Ba abin da ake sai jan mutane a cikin talauci. Ba abin da ake ce sai wulakanta musulmi. Duk waɗannan abin da yasa ba a yi a kudu, me yasa ba a yi a cikin arna. Da haka ba wani abu ne na rigima ko tashin hankali ba. Karfin yana hannunmu. Ba dan yan arewa ba, wallahi wannan gwamnatin da ba ta zo ba. Mu ba kawo ta, mu ba kai zaɓe, mu ne muke da jama'a, mu ba kawo ta. Kuma izinin Allah ta'ala sai mun so ta. Da izinin Allah ta'ala wannan gwamnatin sai ta zo ƙasa. Da haka kar ka yarda da wani ɗin siyasa ko malami ne zo yana gaya ma waɗansu maganganu kar ka yarda. Mu abin da muka sani shine za mu zaɓi wanda zai tsayar da kashe-kashen da ake yi. Za mu zaɓi mutumin da ranar farko bai shiga cikin gwamnati ya jefa mu a cikin bala'i ba. Za mu zaɓi mutumin da in larura da bala'i ya same mu zai zo ya jajanta mana, ba wanda zai jajanta wa arnan mu ya kyale mu ba. Ba za mu rigima ba, ba za mu tashi hankali ba, ka yi wa Allah alkawari. In ba ka da ƙuri'a, ka je ka yi ƙuri'a. In taka da gyara, ka je ka gyara. Wannan zaɓen sunansa wato manyan ƙasa bayan talakawan ƙasa. Wadda manya.
Okay. We brought this government and we will bring it down. Northern clerics. It seems the Muslim religious card no go work for Tinubu this time. Let's listen to this man.
Kufa kuka ba mu labari da wata turnikewa ta kai turnikewa a ƙasar nan. Kuka samu amaloko, aka yi mishi nasiha, aka yi mishi bayani tare da wasu bayan Allah. Yana buɗe baki da ya kalle ku sai ya ce kuɗin shi yasa ya sayi wannan kujerar. Ba wani magana koyo ya daga tumala. In iskanci ne mun fika iskanci. Mu jikokin sadar ne, kai ko jikoki jika a walawo. Bari mu gama gaskiya, kowa ya san tarihin Sardauna, kowa ya san tarihin Tafawa Balewa, kowa ya san tarihin Awolowo, kowa ya san tarihin su. Kai in baka ji kunya ba, kai waye dan me yasa za mu ji kunyar ka? Ce masu kai da kuɗin ka sayi wannan kujerar. Yanzu malamanmu a wulakanta ku, muna jin zafi, a ci mutuncin ku, muna jin zafi. Ku dawo yanzu kuna cewa yanzu ma muslim kun tabbata munafukai kuma. La ta'ata liman lam yuti Allah azza wa jalla. Your prominent people, your freedom fighter, Igbos, they will continue to use these two guys to destroy your prominent people, your freedom fighter.
This is not what I need right now. Let's see.
Did that happen for Nigeria? The way things happen from this country, me, I believe 100. I believe. Saying next year that if election fee no hold next year, I tell you, the way APC, they do in Nigeria, they want to use their hand destroy Nigeria. And if anything happen in Nigeria, now APC people now go hold responsible. If they say ADC gets faction, you know, go recognize David Mark's side of ADC. How? Where ADC get issue? You want to do one party system? I've been a British system of government. I want to bring on here. Only one person go there. We there they want to. I don't believe there will be election next year, 2027. With the way APC they go. Let's see. If you have different views, say it in the comment section.
Okay. The northern Islamic clerics. This man is saying, since I started politics, I've never enjoyed any kind of politics like this time. This is Alhaji Kashim Imam, is a chieftain of ADC and used to be one of Tinubu's closest ally and business partner in the north. All these people, when they work with Tinubu before, they don't conform alliance or more. Okay, let's wrap it up with these two videos right here.
Orders of coordinate jurisdiction of equal courts, the courts of equal.
There was an Ibadan court who says go ahead.
Correct.
There's an Abuja court who says
yes,
don't go.
And no party, no person, no litigant should be faced with conflicting court orders of coordinate jurisdiction of equal courts, the courts of equal jurisdiction.
So now, ADC, legally speaking, procedurally, they are in good standing, at least as far as the law is concerned, in terms of the notice of their convention. However, the removal of the name of Aregbesola and David Mark by INEC, legally speaking, did INEC do the right thing in that context?
I listened to the elected chairman explain why the commission did what it did. I also read the 5-page statement. It's a long statement, it's unprecedented, and they took their time.
It looked more like a legal explanation.
It was an explanation. So what the statement was give the basis for the decision with the read. I may not agree with that decision, and many lawyers, I'm afraid, will not agree with that decision. It's a question of interpretation of what the status quo ante bellum was. And a lot of people asked at the time that the case went to court, what was the status quo ante bellum? And you did ask me your first question, what did you mean by that? It means before the hostility started, before the disputes, as it were, started. And one thing, the law requires once you have a political party, it must have a chairman, national chairman, it must have a national secretary. Be it in an acting, a provisional, but there must be one. You cannot have it's like having a human being without a head. It's not possible. So you must have. So what INEC has done basically is I said, this party does not have a chairman.
But let's mathematically look at the law. Yes. What is the rest in this case?
Good question.
So, because it will help us to now find X. Because we're looking for status quo antebellum. Because what Matthew Bala is saying is that, as at the time who was to step down, I am the I'm the man that should naturally step. So there are a lot of people who say that is the antebellum there. That is the point where that is the conflict.
Did he step into those shoes? Was there any party meeting? Was there anything where he stepped into those shoes? Or is it an automatic thing? People will say antebellum, then maybe go back to Ralph Wonsu's as still being the that's what happened before the.
I simply before the status quo antebellum. For those who don't understand the Latin word.
Yes, it means I think most people understand the status quo, how things are. And so antebellum, how things were before the commencement of the hostilities. So how were things? When was the hostility? Was the hostilities 2nd of September when Bala went to court? Was it as when Wonsu resigned or Wonsu was there? Or was it a question of, don't forget, INEC recognized these people. A classic case was that of Ojukwu against the governor of Lagos State, and you really know, so that's a classic case. Now, at the time, the Supreme Court held that Ojukwu was forcibly removed from the house. No, return him to the house, pending when we take his application. Remember, what the Whisker Villa, he was sitting in front of the house saying, no, that is wrong. While the case was in court, you don't usurp the powers of the court or render not what you like to perform. What was it? There's Vasari and Solar, old 1972, more than 50 years ago. And I said, look, a man lost the case and said, look, I have a motion for stay of execution of this date. So don't do anything. Don't remove this man pending when the court can actually hear the case. So that's the same kind of thing. What before the dispute arose was Bala at any time chairman of the party? So, apparently, inaction is no. So, but was the remark and National chairman and secretary respected, national chairman and secretary respected, you appear recognized that as at that time. And this happened even before the case was instituted in court. It was as far back as July. So, it depends on what you want to interpret the status quo antebellum. Was it when Raposo?
Okay.
I said it in 2023 that you are going to be president. My dear President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I said it in 2023 that you are going to be president. But eliminating opposition the way you are doing, you are shaking the hornet's nest. You are shaking the hornet's nest. And there is going to be a critical mass of people who are so going to be against you. You don't want a situation where you have to take your private jet and run out of the country because there will be unrest. Because this is getting too much. People, first of all, there's poverty in the land. Second of all, there's a lot of unalivings all over the country, i.e. Kwara, Benue, Kogi, Plateau, Maiduguri, Borno. States everywhere, there is insecurity. Then there is no light. Now, fuel is over 1,300 naira per liter. So, on top of all these things, you are now saying, I am the Jagaban and I must be Jagaban. The way you are running politics nationally, it's moving to a way of dictatorship. You're becoming a dictator. And dictators, they may be powerful for a season, but it will get to a critical mass that people will resist you. And you would have to live with your tail between your legs. There are over 250 million of us, Nigerians. So it's now going to be APC versus Nigerians. Since you've removed APC versus PDP, you removed APC versus Labour, you removed APC versus ADC. Now you are naked. It's APC versus the Nigerian people. It's not going to end well if you continue like this. If you continue to just disavow every element of democracy that exists.
All right. If you like, make it here. If you like, make it not here. There are civilizations that existed before that we do not know of anymore. So one reason or the other, maybe greed, maybe corruption, maybe, it could be anything. They unalived each other and there's not one thing to remember them by. So anyhow, when APC one time, we dey here, we go to observe. With that, I say, guys, thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. A luta continua. We get a country to save. If you want to save it, you save it. If you don't want to save it, no problem. Now here we go day. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye for now.